Hi Huns and welcome back to our channel, or if you're new here, welcome to our channel. We are Charlotte, Bethan, Lauren, Luffy, and we are three little Huns. In this video, we are going to be answering some questions asked by American people for British people. So, let's get into it. Also, if you hear background noise, it's this little loop on the floor. He's so cute. There are a lot of videos on TikTok of American people asking questions for British people and British people asking questions for American people. So today we are going to answer some questions that we've gotten from Google, TikTok, Reddit, other platforms.
Social media.
Yeah, basically just social media platforms. And we are going to answer those questions in this video today.
Yay! And we're going to prove that the British way is the right way. Not sorry about it. Just gonna quickly roll off some of the weirdest things that I found on the internet regarding American people not understanding British things. One, dishes in sinks, as in the dish that you fill it with water to wash your dishes in.
Yeah.
Americans don't have that.
That's dirty though.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah.
The sink, ew. The dish in the sink, fine.
I mean, I agree, like, always a dish in the sink. This, like, I don't understand why you're not using them. You should be, but also, surely, if you're washing the dishes in the dish that's in the sink, then probably the dish is more dirty than the sink dish. Do you know what I mean?
I'm so set in my way that you could never, ever,
Oh,
ever convince me to not use a dish.
Because the thing is, as well, like, so if you've got a dish in the sink, then you don't have to have a plug in the sink. And when you finish with the water in that dish, you pour it out and then you put, like, just start pouring the water in. Whereas if you do it in the sink, then you have to put your hand in the water that's got all like the bits of food or whatever in the bottom of it, find the plug and then pull it out. Whereas it's like you would just be able to go boop.
I saw this awful TikTok and it was this guy doing the dishes and the caption was when I finished doing the dishes and he
Oh no, and he ate it, don't.
That's disgusting.
Another thing, beans on toast. Americans don't understand beans on toast.
Why not?
And I think after I did some digging, because then I was like, wait, do beans exist in America? As in baked beans. So I did some digging, and by digging I mean this, on Google. They do have beans in a tin in America.
But do they not come with a tomato sauce?
No.
Oh.
It's like a sweet sugary brown barbecue sauce and they'd have them as like a side dish to things. Apparently Americans find it weird that in England, sometimes the toilet has its own separate room to the bathroom.
But doesn't that come from because when those first toilets, like, there'd be a toilet in a shed and then your bath would just be outside?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That's
was
like
the reason some houses have them, like Grandma's house, because Grandma's house is a really old house.
For a family house, it's more convenient as well because you can have a while someone's in the shower.
Yeah.
And you don't have to watch and smell each other. I read this article and it was like 10 bizarre British things in houses. This article made it out that if a British person has a shed, that the shed isn't a storage thing like in your garden, which is what sheds are. No. You go to do your hobbies in your shed. You go to relax in your shed.
I mean,
And you just generally chill out in your shed. In the tiny wooden box at the bottom of your garden. In England, where it's probably raining. Another thing is, I don't know if this was fully true, but I read it on the internet, so that makes it true. In England, you know when you get your gas and electric meter, you can like get prepaid or you do direct debit.
yeah.
Apparently they don't have pay-as-you-go energy in America. Like this article was like, oh my god, it's mind-blowing. No, it's just normal. So you know how we have TK Maxx and TJ Hughes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So America has TJ Maxx?
Yeah, it's the two together. I heard about that.
What I don't understand about that is TK Maxx, one of the best shops in the world. TJ Hughes,
Just a dingo version of it.
I don't know anybody in England who has shopped at TJ Hughes.
Okay, so the first kind of stereotypical question I came across was, do you always drink tea with your pinky out? The only time I've seen people drink tea with their pinky out is in American films made by American people in a little sketch or a scene of an adult woman being sort of like a grandma, teaching our granddaughter how to drink tea, and she's like, you have to put your pinky out like this. No, you don't.
Someone actually told us it's actually really bad manners to drink with your pinky out. That's not a thing. It's not a royalty thing. It's not a good manners thing.
Yeah, it's really rude.
It's really rude to drink like that. I'm not sure why, but it's not a thing that they teach you in. What's it called when they like teach you how to be like
etiquette classes?
Yeah, it's not an etiquette thing. It's a bad etiquette thing.
It's naughty.
The next one I came across was, why is our washing machines in the kitchen and not a laundry room? I've got two things to say. I didn't know that washing machines didn't belong in the kitchen until I came across the American side of TikTok. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. And also, not all houses made in Britain are big enough to hold a laundry room dedicated to laundry. That's all I've got to say.
To be fair, you get in the shower, you don't put your dirty knickers and stuff like that back on after you've gotten out of a clean shower, do you know what I mean? Now I'm like, we should probably have them in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, and apparently, like, if you don't have a laundry room, that's where your washing machine and dryer are supposed to go. Like, it's supposed to go in the bathroom, so I'm not sure why we have it in the kitchen.
We, in England, collective we do have, like, wash houses, but it's only old houses that have wash houses, like the flat we used to live in. But wash house is a room with no electricity, no lighting. If you've got a kitchen or a bathroom, I just don't feel like you need a laundry room.
Well, actually, if, like, yeah, we have, in our house, we have the washing machine in our kitchen, but we've also got the dryer in, like, a back porch. And if you don't know what a back porch is, it's like, it's not like an American porch, it's like
a veranda.
It's like a separate room at the back of the house that leads out to the garden, but it's not a conservatory, and you can just put, like, random in there, and that's where our dryer and freezer is.
Not every house has them either, like, ours was built on.
So another question I came across was, do we actually drink tea? Of course we drink tea. Of course we drink tea, otherwise we wouldn't have a multi-billion pound industry that sells tea, not only in England but around the world as well, because we're not actually the only ones who drink tea.
Yeah, it's not an originally British thing. Like, tea comes from like Chinese heritage.
But it's not a requirement of being a British citizen. I don't drink tea.
Lauren doesn't like any hot drinks.
Don't like tea.
She's weird.
Coffee. Tea. Coffee.
Also, American people think the only thing we drink is tea. We actually also drink coffee, hot chocolate, water, pop,
Ovaltine,
fizzy pop. You know, one thing I came across which really kind of astounded us was, and it's everything I searched, this came up, and it wasn't the same little article, the same little tweet. It was like tweet after tweet after tweet. Americans don't understand why British people have two taps. A cold tap and a hot tap. It's because originally, when it was all sorted,
they
didn't want to contaminate the cold drinking water with the hot water from the tanks, and that's why British people can drink tap water and Americans can't.
Yeah, but we have the
tap water.
Okay.
I thought that's why Americans always drank bottled water, or that's just to be opulent.
wasteful.
Bottled water is not good for you.
But anyways, so Americans always have apparently one tap and all the water flows through one.
Yeah, but I don't get that, because then why can, so like Mum's got one tap in the kitchen, we can still drink
like English people obviously evolved to the one tap system, but I think the point is, so like bathrooms have two taps and American people are confused about it.
Another question I came across was, who is the Queen?
The Queen.
Let's not even talk about that.
Who's the Queen?
We'll pop a picture for reference, but the Queen's the Queen, innit?
I saw one, it was like, do they have other channels in England except BBC?
I saw one and it was like,
how do you guys get, like, American programs in the UK? Is it like a whole other channel called American TV programs?
I was like, no.
One time I did my American accent for someone who was actually American and said I sounded like a girl from the valley.
One question was, when British people do an American accent, why do they go for the typical Valley Girl accent?
I don't, I always go Southern.
If you're on TikTok, you'll see like loads of like point of view videos of British people doing like the chavvy girl that you meet at a party.
God, are you alright? I'm so excited for the party. freezing though, innit? Yeah, oh my god, I've had so much, like, WKD is a joke.
And it's obviously always short skirt, messy hair, huge eyebrows, really, really dark tan, and like talking with a horrible accent. And so one of the questions I came across was, why do British people always fake tan really dark? And I'm quite pissed off about it because I'm tanned right now and I'm not really dark. Not everybody has massive eyebrows and tan's really dark.
No, but that is a pretty correct stereotype. Especially if it was like 5 years ago, when everybody had like an orange eye, some white eyeshadow.
Like this one, I can't actually work out whether it's an actual question or they're doing it to take the. But one question I came across was, does English breakfast tea taste like breakfast?
Yeah, it tastes like a full English.
So
fryer.
what does breakfast taste like? Because to me, you can have like pastries, cereal, toast, whatever, fruit.
No, but I feel like it's a slightly valid question because like me and David went to the Toby Corey for breakfast last week.
Ask if you tasted it like.
And no, but they've got gravy with the
Oh,
breakfast.
it's delicious as well.
And they were like, it was like breakfast gravy, and David was like, oh, they've got breakfast gravy, and I was like, what does it taste like? So they're like, the woman was obviously, now because Rona, she's got to save everything for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, she was like, do you want some gravy? I was like, because she said breakfast gravy, and I was like, does it taste like breakfast gravy or does it just taste like gravy? She was like, it's just gravy.
Another thing Americans don't get is like British swearing. Like,
We
I
use
don't
the
think
same
they call
words.
each other a cow in America.
I don't think we do either.
But they don't say
No. One, like, I came across a few people who were like, do you really use as a swear word? Yeah.
yeah, all the time.
Do they use?
No.
Oh, they also don't say the way.
They don't say.
Although Southerners don't say the way Northerners do.
There's one said, do you prefer the Queen of England or the President of England? First of all.
Oh, that's
Well, that's a prime minister.
Yeah. So first of all, we don't have a president, we have a prime minister. He's a bit of a w***, but we do have him as a prime minister. And personally, I prefer the Queen of England. Just
A
saying.
lot of people in England hate the Queen, and I think it's unwarranted.
I think it's
I don't like
disrespectful.
either of them. I think the monarchy, we've outgrown it. And that's just my opinion. It's not a popular opinion in our house.
No.
But it's an opinion
Long
nonetheless.
live the mother Queen. I think you're overestimating how much power the royal family has.
No, they don't have any power, but she still reserves the right to veto anything that she wants to.
I don't see a problem with that.
The next one that I came across was, do we actually eat fish and chips? Yes, we
Yeah.
do. They're fantastic, especially if they're from Green Lane Fisheries.
Yes! Shout out to Green Lane!
You will never have a better chip than
Mm.
a Green Lane chip.
The battered sausage as well, so
Oh, the way the batter
Battered
is on
fish
the
sticks.
fish.
Oh,
yes. The little fishies. Oh, swimming around.
Haven't written this one down, but the Americans also want to know, so they have grades in school and we don't, we have years. And I don't know the grades or like how elementary and high school works, but in the UK, nursery, reception, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is primary school, and then years 7 to 11 is secondary school. Anything from that is either college or sixth form, and then if you want, you go to uni. Which I don't want to go to.
Okay.
This one is, does everyone hate Trump? Yes.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
Is London actually cool or is it overrated?
I do like it, but it is overrated.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I love it for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
and then it is overrated. There's a understated niceness, I've got no words today, of being able to get in your car and reach your destination in 5 minutes, which you
Yeah.
can't do in London.
Yeah. And like, Camden Market, real cool, but
Yeah.
also while you're there, you feel like danger and death is imminent. Like, when I went there with, like, not my family, and it was, like, a bunch of people from work, and we were going around, like, we were literally losing each other so much, we literally, like, made, like, a scream call that you would do, and if you heard it, you just had to go towards the noise, and you would just keep doing it until someone got to you.
One of the questions was, do we hear about American news in our news? And if you're referring to when one of your police officers kneeled on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and killed him, yes,
Or-
we heard about that.
Or when your officers burst their way into Breonna Taylor's house and shot her dead for no reason at all, we hear about that.
Also, there has been no justice for Breonna Taylor, so keep doing what you were doing. Start signing petitions now. Get justice for Breonna Taylor. Thank you.
Also, when stuff gets leaked about Trump being and stuff like that, yeah, we hear about it.
Our ears are like this all the time.
And when you keep voting him in, we hear about it. And when Kanye announces he's going to run for president, we hear about it. And then when he announces that he's not, we hear about it.
Trump's ex-lawyers come out and said he plans to run for life, you know. He plans to stay in the White House.
You're not allowed to be in for more than 8 years.
I know. I know more about American politics than I do British politics.
Me too.
I don't know why. I just don't know if it's because I don't live there, but I find it so interesting. I know so much about American politics. It's stupid.
The Americans also want to know why we call it a full stop and not a period. And the reason we don't call it a period is because a period is when someone bleeds out of their private parts for 4 to 7 days. It's because it's not a period.
A period is a menstrual cycle.
Can you imagine?
Not the end of a sentence.
Can you imagine you just write and it's like
Period blood.
period, and then you're just like.
Is tea time when we drink tea and eat scones, or is it when we eat food?
Personally, I think that it's like tea time is time for tea. I think that it's breakfast, lunch and dinner, because that's exactly what it is. When it's 6 o'clock and you're eating a meal, it's not tea time, it's dinner time.
No, it's tea time.
It's
dinner
breakfast,
time.
lunch and tea. One thing that Americans have a lot of trouble understanding is the term fizzy pop. This is fizzy pop. That
fizzy pop.
is fizzy pop.
This was fizzy pop before Lauren spilled it.
Yeah, so obviously Americans call fizzy pop soda. And one TikTok that I watched, it said when you offer your friends a drink and you can't say, do you want a soda? So what do you say? Do you want a Coke? Yeah, we do say that.
Yeah,
we say, do
just
you want a
call it the way
Coke?
that it is. Why would you just offer someone a soda in general? Do they not have a choice? Which one they're going to get?
But also, I don't know if you knew this or not, but soda is actually fizzy water.
Yeah, we have soda
It's
water
just
here.
carbonated water, isn't it? Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm dyslexic.
Hi Huns and welcome back to our channel.
Shut your dog up!
It's not in
Once we've got 1,000 times more subscribers.
For the big baby.
Yeah, I think.
It was really funny. It was like, sucky mum.
That's some good fizzy pop.
Right guys, that's it for this week's video. Everything in this video was tongue-in-cheek, slightly, we meant probably like 80% of it. The rest of it, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's just a bit of fun. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps this video out an awful lot. If you would like to become a little Hun, subscribe. We have, at this very moment, 95 subscribers, and by the end of August we would love to reach 100.
Even if you're on a TV and your excuse is you don't know how to subscribe, you just actually click the three little dots, go along to the play button, click subscribe.
So with that said, we're going to wait here for 3.5 seconds while you go and do that. I'm just going to go and check on something really quick. I'll be
Okay.
just a minute. You feel good about that, do you? Anyway guys, that's it for this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and ring that notifications bell so you never miss an upload. We've been 3 Little Huns and 95 of you have been bloody amazing. Everybody say bye.
Bye!
Bye!
We're British!